All right, thank you very much, Adam. It is Wednesday. That means it's time for the Widow Angel. Hi, Rocco. Hello. Jim, you're famous. I read about you in the newspaper, man.
That happens.
You actually, a pretty good column the other day by one of the outdoors guys at the Statesman, I read all the time, talking specifically about radio collars, which is a very polarizing subject with a lot of dog owners.
Yeah, you get one of two things. You get a reaction that says they're the greatest thing in the world, or you get a reaction that says people hate them. And in reality, they're a great training tool. They're no different than a cell phone. But some of the big myths are that they're just a bigger stick and just used for punishment.
Right.
So this collar that we have here is the collar that our company helped develop. And this collar is not available at Cabela's or Sportsman's. This is only available through certified Sit Mean Sit trainers. It's the Sit Mean Sit collar. And you notice...
So basically you modified one of the ones that you would get at a Cabela's or something.
We took the outer shell. That's right. We changed it up a little bit. I didn't. The corporation did. But off the air, you said it looks just like the one you have, but that's a little bit different. And with this collar, the technology that we have in this collar is not the same technology that you would see in the old-fashioned high-powered shock collars with the big antenna and all this other stuff.
Right.
The technology that's in here, well, I want you to feel it, Jay. We'll pick it up. We'll just put it in your hand.
Am I supposed to put it on?
Yeah, you can put it in your hand. Now, I'm going to start clicking the button. I've clicked it about 10 times already. Now, have you felt anything?
No, not a thing.
Most humans can't feel it. How about that one?
Just barely, yeah. It's
Okay.
kind of, and it's not really a shock. It feels like I'm being tapped almost.
Yep. And the technology that's in here is the same technology in a medical TENS unit. So if you've ever been to a chiropractor or a physical therapist, this is what they put on your back. And what the TENS...
The one that...
it just pulses the muscle.
Right.
Yep, so it pulses the muscle, and the medical field has been using this for well over 30 years. And what they do is, by pulsing that muscle, it increases blood flow. By increasing blood flow, they take pain away. So the medical field have been using it to reduce pain in patients for well over 30 years. So years ago, some trainers working with some engineers came upon this idea that, hey, if we can take that same technology, we can use this to get a dog's attention without punishment. So the way any of these collars should work, this happens to be the Sit Mean Sit collar, but it doesn't matter if you're using a Tritronics or a Dogtra collar. Number one, the biggest misconception is it's just a bigger stick and you use it for punishment. That is so far from the truth, it's unbelievable. The way this collar is actually used is to signal the dog that a reward is coming. So if I pick this up, and if I just randomly click the button.
Except now Rocco's paying attention to me.
But you see how I click the button,
Yep.
and there was no command attached to it. But when I click the button, all it means is pay attention, reward is coming. So for most people who use it for punishment, if they just click the button without a verbal command, their dog would panic. This, the way it's properly used, teaches the dog that a signal to a reward. So it's marker training. Just like a clicker means a food reward is coming. In this case for him, I've linked up treats, I've linked up balls, I've linked up bumpers and frisbees. The signal tells the dog the reward is coming, but it doesn't tell him the quality of the reward or the quantity of the reward.
So this is, in some ways, a technology way of the same thing that you did with the name. When you go, Rocco, treat.
That's exactly, it's the exact same thing. Marker training simply means linking a signal to a reward.
Or the dog whistles.
The dog whistles or the clicker, it's all the same thing. This is just like a cell phone. A cell phone is just a way to communicate between you and your family members. Do you need a cell phone? No, you got a landline. But the landline only can go as far as the cord is, right? Unless you have a wireless phone. This is just like a smartphone. I can take my dog out, I can communicate with him at a distance up to half a mile. I don't have to yell and scream. I don't ever have to punish him. I don't have to use anything that's negative, discipline-based, or even confrontational. I simply let the dog know that whenever he does anything that's close to right, I can signal, reward.
Yeah, I would say
signal,
that
reward.
When we use the collar on my dog, the best thing we have is actually the signal, the beep. But for the most part, the reason that we use it is if we're up on the foothills and she's 400 yards away, to get her to leave the jogger alone to come back.
Yep.
That kind of stuff is where it's so much better than a clicker or a whistle or even just screaming at a dog as it goes down the street.
So a lot of people ask me when that article appeared, how does the collar work? It works on what we call full engagement. Full engagement means engaging all of the dog's senses. So with traditional training on a leash, you're engaging the dog's sense of touch because traditional trainers are going to jerk the leash. For people that use food, you're going to engage just the nose and the taste buds. Well, using this system of marker training with these new remote collars, I can engage the dog's nose and taste buds, good boy, with the food. I can engage their eyes with my hand signals and body language. I can engage their ears with my verbal commands or whistles. But now with the new technology, I can engage their mind through that tactile sense of touch.
All right, we know if you want to get a hold of Jim, give us any of your questions or anything. You can find it on the website. You can also see all of the great dog tips on our website, kby2.com.